my kid's dad, who I've been with for 10 years, broke up with me on Tuesday of last week because I am boring. I don't bar hop. I don't go to the clubs. I'm not into that kind of shit anymore. I would take him to court and get full custody. Get some child support too. For what? I'm not that kind of person, and I would never. Like, that's what's wrong with the world, is that, like, just because somebody hurts you and doesn't want to be with you, or they break up with you or want to divorce you, doesn't mean you go to, like, the extreme lengths of, like, ruining that person's life as well.
Yes, but many women are very bitter.
I don't know. And children statistically need their fathers. Like, it has been proven time and time again that children thrive when they have both parents. Don't let him see the kids. Sometimes men need to be taught a very hard lesson. If you're a parent and this is your thought process, it's wild. And you need to reevaluate some shit, because that's not normal. I am not being assaulted. My kids are safe with their father. There is no reason to keep the kids away from him because he likes to go out on the weekends.
You can see this woman is not like the majority of low IQ single mothers that make videos on TikTok.
Next step, file in court for full custody and put his ass on child support with zero access to his kids. Are you that low in self-esteem and that bitter that a man rejecting you and not wanting to be with you justifies you taking his children away from him? I would never report him to his chain of command unless he was beating my fucking ass. Why? Because it's not worth my peace of mind. I'm not going to go report him if he is cheating on me, because that's insane. Like, I'm not about to ruin the life of my kid's dad. That would affect my children. His time should be limited, and he shouldn't have the same access to his kids as before. It's about principle. Obviously, don't alienate him, but there should be consequences for him. So the only consequence there should be in a situation where a man wants to divorce you, but is a good father, is losing access to having a wife.
True.
It should never, ever be losing access to his children. That should never even cross your fucking mind. Are you unwell? Then you go on to say, I'm not protecting my children because I'm allowing them to be around their father who doesn't want their family together anymore. And I know it's hard for your emotional brain to understand this, but there is a separation there. He doesn't want to be with me. But he loves his kids and he's super involved, and he's going to have access to his kids. I am very aware of what is said about single mothers, okay? Which is why I tried to make my marriage work so fucking hard. I know that we're considered damaged goods, comes with baggage, one man's half-played video game. I'm aware, okay? I'm not stupid. I am very well educated on that.
She probably got a lot of comments like that.
Which is why I would never date a man who doesn't have kids. Not because I don't think that I could pull a man who doesn't have any, because I'm sure there's somebody out there that'll take me and my daughters.
Simp, for sure.
But because I don't want two baby daddies. Don't change the fact that you're divorced with high mileage, salvage title, and visible damage. Tats. Honey, I'm a lot of things, but ran through ain't the fucking one, okay? I've been married for 10 years, okay? That means in those 10 years plus 3 years that we were dating, I've only ever been with one man.
So why did I make this video? I wanted to show everybody that there are good single mothers that don't hold a grudge, that don't compromise their kids' future just because they're petty. But as you can see from the comments she got, that most women in the USA don't agree with her. They think they should punish the children just because the guy isn't with them anymore.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
Marry a man who's gonna say, let me ask my wife first. Not because he's weak or a weakling, but because he values your opinion. But guess
Well, that's a bit complicated for me, because if I ask my girlfriend her opinion about anything, she will just say, well, you know better. So why are you asking me?
What? There's no line of men waiting to be a stepdaddy. There's lines of men waiting to you. Yes. Yes.
There are also men ready to be a stepdad, but those are the simps.
Yes. There's plenty of them. There's plenty of them.
And women in general, even single mothers, don't like the simps.
A line of men waiting to on me. But there is not a line of men waiting to be great stepdads. I want to be the best stepdad ever. No. The average woman, y'all need to get that shit out y'all mind. Then you're going to sit on your behind and have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. For what? Why? And then you want to cry and say you can't find a man. Fucking course. I bet you can't. You don't need to be looking for a man, honey. You need to be looking for a babysitter. Like, you need to be looking for the best job that you could possibly find. And then I'm not saying it is not possible, because it is possible. I know women who have a lot of kids and they got a man.
That's the simp.
But it's not easy, and it's not a line of men that's waiting to become stepdaddies. It's not.
My wife informed me that she wants a divorce, and I left just to
keep the peace.
Keep the peace, and I'm still here. The locks, I went back the next day and the locks were changed. And
by the way, guys, so you know the context, these are all men that ended up on the streets because their wives left them.
I've been on the streets for about 30 years. And the reason why I become homeless is me and my wife got a crucial divorce. Bad marriage, a broken heart and hit the streets.
Me and my wife getting a divorce. Family, 1 minute they want you to stay. A week go by, time to leave again. So it's just very difficult.
Well, I went through a bad divorce, lost everything I had, and moved out here to start over. Went to the doctors, and doctors took me out of work because I got rheumatoid arthritis and my liver's failing.
Lost my house, my kids, my car to a violent relationship.
A broken marriage.
Relationship?
Yeah. Lost it. I have emotional issues I couldn't deal with. Car broke down. Ran into the wrong people at the wrong time, got robbed. Lost pretty much everything.
Divorce. Then I rented a room, and then I came down with epilepsy and started having seizures, and the guy didn't want me there. And the next thing I know, I was in a assisted living house.
So I just wanted to show you this, guys, because the reality is that this can happen to you. I'm not saying this is a common thing, but this can happen to you when you ignore the red flags. This is why I have my channel. This is why I'm making videos like this, to show you guys that it's better in some cases to be alone than to be with a woman that can leave you without anything. So you either be a simp and get played, or you can see the red flags from the start. Yeah, maybe it's harder, maybe you're lonely, but what's the alternative? End up like those guys there? I'm not saying everybody will end up like that, but I got comments. I got lots and lots of comments and emails from you guys that went through breakups, that went through divorce. I had messages from guys saying that they spent half a year in a tent just because they had to leave the house to his wife. So you either want to see the red flags, and I can help you see the red flags so you don't get in a relationship with the wrong woman, or you can ignore everything I say and have a relationship and get your heart broken, maybe get into a marriage and remain without a house, without money, without seeing your kids. I don't think most of you would want that, but I think some of you, when a woman appears in your life that is very attractive to you, you forget everything I've talked about. You forget about every red flag, and you would do anything for that woman, not knowing what can happen. And then you write me messages, then you write me emails, And when I tell you it's your fault, no, it was her because she changed. No, she didn't. You were just too stupid to see the red flags or too ignorant to see the red flags. And now it's too late. It doesn't matter if you write me emails, messages, whatever. It's too late.
I was watching a YouTube video yesterday and it was talking about, there was a guy responding to a woman who was saying, why do men not want to date me just because I have 4 kids? And it got me thinking, are men repelled by women who are single mums?
It's not our children. Why would I want to raise somebody else's children? I don't get it. Why would I invest my times, emotions, money, whatever into that relationship, into another man's kid? It's not normal. It's not normal for us to want to raise another man's kid. But some people, some men do it just to not be alone. Exactly what I told you before. Some men sacrifice so much just to not be alone. They're with masculine women. They're with women that they didn't have sex with for like the past 5 years, but they're still in that relationship or in that marriage. With women that argue all the time with them. With women that are actually the boss in that house and not him. With all kinds of women, they endure so much just to not be alone. And I think that is very stupid. I think that is not good for your mental health. I think you would be happier being alone. Even if you feel lonely, you would be happier than be in a relationship where that woman screams all the time and you basically have no benefits, because if you're honest with yourself, you haven't gotten laid in like the past 3 years. Or even if you get laid, it's like once every 6 months. But you got used to that relationship. Even if you don't love her, you got used to her. And you're just staying there because you're too afraid to divorce or to move on. That's the honest truth.
Not just single mums, but I suppose how many kids they have. Now, I'm not a single mum. I've been married for 25 years, but I was just thinking, I just thought I'd ask men, or, women, if it's a single man or a single woman or, same-sex relationship, whatever, are you put off by single mothers? I think it's a shame if you are, although I don't know, putting myself in your position, would I want a woman who has 4 little kids? I don't know, it's not her fault, is it? She stuck around.
Of course it's her fault. She chose that man. She chose to be in a relationship with that man. She chose to have those kids. That man had no saying if those kids were born or not. Her body, her choice. Of course it's her fault. She was too ignorant or she was too stupid to see the red flags. Nobody can lie to you 24/7. You'll always see the cracks. But what happens? Most of people, women and men, fall in love. And they ignore everything. They ignore all the red flags.
And raise the kids. I don't know why we demonize single mothers. But yeah, as soon as there's a single dad, it's like, oh, he's doing such an amazing job. No, he's just raising his kids. So yeah. Generally men, but whoever else wants to answer, are you put off?
I don't know how this woman is in marriage. I can bet that her husband is the kind of husband that I've been telling you about. That will endure lots and lots of things just not to be alone. Because I can't imagine being in a relationship with a woman, knowing what I know, and she having this mentality. My girlfriend, I got a lot of comments saying, well, what do you have in common with a 23-year-old? You know how hard she struggled to learn to think like me. To learn how I think, watching every video of mine to improve herself, to be a better girlfriend. And she's just my girlfriend, she's not my wife. She tries each day to see why I'm saying this, why I'm doing that, so she can be better for me. And then you see a woman like this that she's married for 20 years, 25 years, and it's clear that she's running the household, because I can't imagine being married to a woman like this and be so clueless why men don't want to raise another man's child. It's clear that man has no saying in that household. Stop being simps.
Dating single mums. But now, discussing the comments.
What do you think they mean by 50-50 then? Like, some part of them has to know that they're like, I want a husband who's disproportionately better than me, but the relationship needs to be 50-50. Like, what do you think is the expectation there?
The expectation is that I want 50-50 share in sort of the decision making, and let's say I want to be an equal stakeholder when it comes to vote, but I don't necessarily want to have an equal share of the responsibilities.
Of course.
For governing, maintaining, directing, and executing the relationship.
I had an older lady tell me a real man is not going to be ruled by a woman. Don't go down the path of expressing criticism.
Yeah, so she's basically saying that the woman in last video, because she doesn't understand how men think, it's clear that that guy is ruled by her.
Disapproval and an ultimate lack of acceptance for your husband because it may cause rebellion. She's telling the truth. A real man is not going to allow himself to be a pushover.
For $500, we arrest you in front of your wife or your girlfriend. We come in hot. Police cars, siren lights, uniform, handcuffs, radio going, read Miranda. We'll even tase you for an extra $25, but there's a different waiver for that. We leave under very confusing circumstances, so it's hard for them to track you down.
So these guys basically make it seem like you're getting arrested just so you can get away for a couple of days from your wife. Just think, I know this is funny, but just think why this guy made this company. Because he knows, he saw the numbers, that many households in the USA are ruled by women. The man has no saying, so he has to pay a company to trick his wife so he can get away from her. Those are not men.
We take you to a campsite that's paid for, tent, beer, bait, fishing license, fishing equipment, and on Monday at around noon we release you at the Waffle House, and we just say it was a big misunderstanding.
So I've now been single for about 8 months. Mentally, probably a lot longer.
Yeah, you women check out mentally out of that relationship before they actually break up with you.
But I don't know how to go about this. There's been a couple of people that I could have seen something blossoming with. One couldn't because he wanted kids and I didn't. And two, there was an age thing. And what am I supposed to do? I have my kids 90% of the time. And what am I supposed to do? Meet somebody on a Friday and Saturday and be like, oh, see you in a couple of weeks' time? It just becomes a really, really difficult situation. And also, do I want to meet somebody that hasn't got kids and doesn't understand the kid situation, or somebody that has got kids, which then brings more kids into the factor, and now I have 3 and then there's more children? Like,
why do you have to think about this subject so much? The answer is so easy. Stop dating.
I am absolute kryptonite when it comes to dating. I'm a single mum, which makes things difficult from the start because men don't like that. And then to top that all off, I make a living off of only friends. And I feel like that is...
Even the makeup, I don't know why women think this is attractive to men. Because it's not. It's not.
one too many things for men to deal with. I feel like being a single mum, they could probably let slide. But getting my tartars out online for money puts a lot of people off. Obviously, I understand it, but I'm proud of both of those things.
That's why you're single, because you're proud of them.
I'm proud that I can spend all day with my son. And I'm proud that I'm financially independent. I'm proud that the two of the things together make it so that I can spend every day with my child, and I love it so much. But does that make me like unworthy of being loved?
Yes. Yes, it does. Because you love it so much. That's why. How can you say you're doing only Sims and you love it so much? So just think about how damaged she is, that the making only Sims doesn't affect her at all. I would understand if she would be remorseful. Oh, I need to do this because I'm a single mother and there are no job opportunities for me and I can't do anything else, and this is the only way I can raise my son, but I regret it. No, she loves it. Why would a man want to deal with a woman like this? If you are planning on dating a woman like this, you're the biggest simp that ever existed in this life. Please send me a picture so I can post your pictures and say wanted, the biggest simp in the universe.
Anybody? Because that's kind of how it's feeling. I hit them with the single parent thing, and most of them are like, yeah, I understand, respectful. And then I hit them with the OF thing, and they're like...
Question: what do you think about the passport bros? I just turned 28, will marry soon a young woman in Africa, which never had a serious relationship before and couldn't be happier. We plan to build a happy family soon. My family thinks I am stupid for marrying abroad instead of looking for local women. They even think I am crazy if I tell them that those women are unbearable. My guy, I don't even understand how your family has any opinion about this. I don't get it. I can't even imagine my mom saying anything to me about who I choose to date. I can't imagine. And I know some of you will say, well, we have a good relationship with our mother. It doesn't matter. How can she give her opinion about anything in my life when I know better than her, and she knows that? How can she give her opinion? It's exactly the same thing I told you in the video previously about asking my girlfriend for her opinion. She will just say, you know better, so why are you asking me? So my guy, sorry to say this, but your family actually thinks you're stupid. That's why they're telling you this, because they don't trust your judgment. Do they know how the dating market in the US is today? Did you show her any of my videos? It seems to me, my guy, that she doesn't want the best for you. If that's a good woman, and you know that, and I saw that you posted a message under this message saying that she will sign a prenup. Why do you care what your family says? Just from what they're saying, my guy, this is my advice. I would distance myself from your family. If I were in your place, I would distance myself from them, because it's clear they're too stupid to understand anything about relationships. And if you have around stupid people, they will drag you down. They will. So this is my honest opinion. Do what you think is best. You saw my videos. You know what to look for. If she's a good woman and she will sign a prenup and you have nothing to lose, logically it makes sense to marry her and distance yourself from your family. You don't have to not talk to them. You can meet them at Easter, on Christmas. That's it. Thanksgiving, and that's it. Let them live in their delusion, because they will only bring you down. That's why I don't surround myself with stupid people, with stupid friends, because they just bring you down. Okay, the next question. I'm 46 and in good shape, decent looking for my age, great job, nice house, 5'9", never married and no kids. What's the max age range of women I should be looking for? My guy, I don't know how to answer that because I don't know you. I don't know the kind of women you can attract. And I can't say an exact number because maybe, I'll give you an example. Maybe you meet a 25-year-old that has a body count of 100. And you meet a 26-year-old that just had one boyfriend before. So just one body count. So I can't say a minimum age or a max age, my guy. You need to know from experience what are the kinds of women that you can attract and look for the red flags. And if you see any red flags, then you go on to the next. It's so simple. Of course, I'm not going to tell you to date a 35-year-old because she probably has a lot of baggage. But I'm not going to tell you only date 18-year-olds because that's stupid. Maybe you have nothing in common with an 8-year-old. My girlfriend put in so much effort just to learn how I think and what I want and what I expect in a relationship. She watched every video of mine to see how I think. And now she thinks like me. But maybe it's not the same for you. You don't have videos online where she can see what you're actually thinking, so she knows what you want. And many men are afraid, or I don't know, they don't tell women up front what they're actually expecting from that relationship. So my guy, I can't tell you an exact age range. My guy, try to find a good woman that has a low body count, that doesn't have too many red flags, and if you consider that's a good match for you, then just date her. It's so easy. You have seen my videos and you will see my videos in the future. You know what to look for and you can prepare. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you on the next one.